afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another epic Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. Off here to 1vs1 on Simwaski Winter. Big thanks to Garney for donating support of the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep doing what I do. And of course, you should also as well, since, money allows me to keep, making videos day after day. So if you can afford it, do pop me a few dollars via Patreon or PayPal. It will make me very happy. Plus, you might even get a mention here. Also, big thanks to Mauricio for giving us a nice new little logo here. So, big thanks to him as well. They sort of kind of made the original. That was more of a doodle, but I kind of liked it, so I went with it. And now we got an even better one. Amazing. So, big thanks to Mauricio as well. And of course, a big thanks to all those who have supported me in the past and continue to support me. Anyways, well, to the fight here, an exciting match with Luvnest and North fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany. Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Hammer-Göring Fallschirm-Panzer-Division versus South, we got Talisman fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 10th Mechanized Corps tasked with clearing out the fascists. We got immediate choice of Jaeger Infantry for Luvnest with infantry machine guns versus Gart Motor, Armoured Assault, and Gart Rifle with anti-tank grenade, machine gun, suppression specifically, and T-34 bulletins for increased penetration. Petrov, how do we get more penetration on these guns? It's simple. We shout at the shells so they penetrate harder. Oh. Double gun of the MG42 start here for Luvnest and its staff heading southwards here, not say northern viewpoint there. As for Talisman, we got a triple counter start here aiming heavily for infantry, which would then also indicate he might be aiming here already for guard, rifle, combined arms tactics. Luvnest here with MG4 to aggressive. There we go. We got guard rifle versus Jaeger infantry, both to an extent infantry-centric bulletins, since most of the stuff supports infantry. And of course, Talisman does have some KV support. Then, of course, Luvnest has some anti-tank support. But Gunnish says conscript first shots far in the south here. Conscripts outflanking the MG42. MG42 the slow turning map. It seems in this case to be a bit too slow. Pioneer supporting as well, but MP40s laying down heavy fire as the conscripts relentlessly turning into the Marxist bastard. They're going for turning about here again. Talisman standing back and moving again once more. But at this range, the problem is conscripts are just taking too much damage from all the MP40s, and that also includes the support gunners here on the MG42. Up north here, contrasting against the Grenadiers here. Close quarters action. Grenadiers force back, leaving the other Grenadiers squad here a bit exposed, out to dry. More Grenadiers on the way there for Luvnest, for the fatherland. As the Hammer-Göring Fallschirm-Panzer-Division falls back. It was basically Hammer-Göring's own personal Panzer Division made out of complete and utter vanity, because there's one thing Hammer-Göring was, it was vain. Very vain. In fact, it was so vain that Hitler made jokes about it. What kind of jokes, you ask? Well, we can talk about them a bit later. But contrary charging the Grenadiers, and flanking about the Grenadiers here. Overall here, Grenadiers doing alright though, doing a lot of damage, but there you go, Molotovs off, burning the Grenadiers, forcing them away. Basically the joke goes, Hammer-Göring's wife comes in, finding him standing waving his wand or baton over his underpants. She's asking what the hell he's doing. He's saying, I'm promoting my underpants to overpants. And when Hitler's making jokes about like that, you know it's bad. Anyways, MG43 repositioning here. For Luvnest, caught a bad spot here, got Molotov, definitely, yeah, he's anticipating moving in there. Oof. Really nice attempt there by Talisman there. Really nice attempt. In this case, the Luvnest didn't quite take it. We got Bartwire here by Brennan for going in from the front. Sets up here. In these points secure there. God's coming round they just lit on fire. Petrov, I feel this is terrible idea. We have nowhere else to go, Dmitri. We have nowhere else to go. Just buckle up. Troops are getting healing. Very quick upgrade there for Talisman as well. Pushing northwards here, could try and hit here, but of course, if you could possibly, would probably benefit from hitting there as well to cut off the southern field from Luvnest. There you go. MG43 position, more contra arriving here. Grenadiers holding up in the house that was just briefly on fire and now have burning rations in it, so it probably smells like burnt potatoes. Anyways, constantly up there against the Grenadiers. 2 squads here versus 1 Grenadier squad. In the south here, not much happening. In fact, we got a retreat there. Beyond it seems like it. Grenadiers programming the centre victory point here for Das Vaterland. And we got mines up in the north to prevent any movement here, though we're getting caught here by Grenadier squad. Tech up for Luvnest. Strange, I'd like to make a nice company for Das Vaterland. And skirmishing here, country versus Grenadiers. There we go, rounding to get as close as possible. We'll probably toss a Molotov at the church. Up north here, engineers being assaulted by the Grenadiers, sadly unable to finish the mines. The Grenadiers bypass the engineers here broadside, leaving only poor Sergei to shoot at them. Molotovs off here. No, actually, no Molotovs. I'm guessing he's just thinking it's not going to be worth it. He just stand here, shoot them out, and win that engagement. That's going to take a bit of while here. Shootout continues here. And we got D33 available for Luvnest. We'll obviously be ghost friendly right now. There'll be ambush camouflage on the MD42. Excellent choice there. It's actually a pretty good thing to have your machine guns ambushed, partly because A, it makes them hard for GS to be spotted. You can set up them better, do nastier things. Plus, I mean, it sort of makes it hard for them just say creep up with a sniper. So it has a lot of benefits, you know, that plus the ambush bonus itself. It's actually kind of neat as well, in particular with veterans and incendiary armor piercing rounds. It can allow it to do some heavy damage. Panzer Grenadier here for Luvnest. Hardened men of the Hammond going Falchion Panzer to be shown. The South Grenadiers running into a lot of issues with the conscript, taking fire from the mercenary guns. Up here, conscripts pushed back by the MD42, backed up by a plucky pioneer squad. Up north here, Grenadiers coming in, but low on health, negative cover. Even with just one to shoot here, this could end up badly for Luvnest. And he's not paying attention. He's going to run up front on the broadside. There we go. We got Guard Squad ready for Talisman as soon as he could bring them up, which would certainly help counter the Panzer Grenadier. Plus the half-track on the way. So Luvnest is going to go for a flame for half-track most likely. I'd certainly be surprised if he didn't, since that is what most players go for. Plus the current sort of situation of a Talisman would leave him quite vulnerable to it, even with a Guard Squad out. So certainly a strong choice there by Luvnest. But also a very meta choice. So theoretically, I mean, Talisman could be prepared to have a counter, but here's the thing though, Talisman's been throwing around a lot of flame Molotovs, so Luvnest should have a pretty good idea that Talisman does not have enough ammunition for any anti-tank grenades, or at least not enough to seriously harm the flame for a half-deck. So in this regard, Talisman will be quite exposed to, I think, a flame for half-deck, and Luvnest knows this. I mean, you don't throw around that many Molotovs and, you know, not have it. Plus, I mean, once he sees the DP light machine guns, he's going to only be further confirmed that Talisman does not have a lot of ammunition for anti-tank grenades. I mean, they don't cost a lot, but even then, it's going to take some time further on there. So I think in this regard, Luvnest made a pretty good call here versus Talisman, constantly being caught by the Flammpanzerwagen, or soon to be Flammpanzerwagen. Panzer's moving up here, we could see a wipe here. Panzer going to do a half-track, and as soon as it gets upgraded, of course, chance of getting wiped just went up by a lot. And there you go, down to 3 men, low on health already. The Panzer Grenadiers and the half-track doing catastrophic damage. Yuri running, singed, and soon to be dead. And no, does he make it? Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. Up north here, Garth moving himself, constantly ahead. I imagine here Talisman will be researching the anti. No, he won't. He won't. Interesting. But there you go. Murden's constantly with the Garth, made a good choice there. Garth opening up on it, but they don't have enough means to button it up because they popped a grenade, which didn't work out. And there you go, just forced to retreat with the road on fire. And themselves on fire. They just had to fall back, constantly moving back there as well. Overall, Talisman remains in good map control, but the flame for half-tech and Panzer Grenadier squad puts Talisman in a slightly sticky situation as they are quite heavy on firepower. Luvnest could consider by calling in a Jaeger command squad just to further add to it, but you might start to worry that Talisman's rushing out like vehicles, which he is. He's going for a T7 and goes for the Pack 41st. Very good decision here. Maybe a greedier player could have pulled for the Jaeger command squad, but Luvnest here does not underestimate his opponent. Particularly once he's got the flame for half-tech out, it becomes really tempting to go for a T70 just to counter that and put more pressure on his opponent. So Luvnest here going for the Pack 40 is once more making the right call here versus Talisman. Panzer the pushing back, and engineers Sturmgewehrs firing out of the windows. Heavy fire unleashed, and there you go, coming out naked for cover versus assault rifles. Not the best spot to be caught, to be honest, and the flame for half-tech does not somehow vindicate this move at all. But there you go, T7 light tank out for Talisman. May the Soviet counter-attack begin, comrades. Wait for the tanks, then attack. Hoorah! I thought the tank would be bigger. Shut up, Sergei. It's not all about size. Sounds like someone's hiding something. Anyways, come to the flowing up. I hope they're on the tank. There we go. Charging forward. See if Gav doesn't push too far ahead, since if he pushes too far and there's something waiting, he can't have the infantry bail out the tank. But so far, Grenadiers holding up. Conscripts, Guards, and engineers being forced. We got minesweepers up there. There we go. Talisman is obviously worried that he's going to hit a Telemann there from Luvnest, in which case his T70 goes down the drain, in which case it could very well be GG versus the sort of start that he's going from against Luvnest. So very good decision. They're shifting over here because, well, he's not anticipating Telemanns up there. He is not. No Jaeger command squad, or say additional Panzer Grenadier squad here for Luvnest. Oh, never mind. He called it in right as I finished that sentence, so I was about to. Scrams in the centre, Guardsmen versus Grenadiers. Guardsmen should have that with the DP light machine guns. Pioneers caught here. T-70 45mm cannon just tearing into the fascist bastards. Flammpanzer behind there, sneaking back, closing in 21. Guardsmen doing what they can. More constant away there for Talisman. Third place losses. He could have considered maybe a second guard squad, but of course Talisman thinks it might be too expensive, but long term it probably would be the better decision, simply because of ability with a flamethrower half-tech, any other further armour, and of course the basic infantry at longer ranges. But ultimately it is Talisman's decision to make. Constant thinking about it, catching machine gun. Oh! Close! So close he actually managed to outmaneuver it, but in this case fortune did not favour Talisman. Pack 40 and the T-70 flanking here, very good, continue to fall back, very low in health. T-70 dodges a shot there from the Pack 40. Engineers also probably got retreated, consequently they're forced away. Talisman's in a bit of a stick situation versus Luvnest, who's so far in control of the map. Plus he's up to 5 infantry squads, which is definitely sort of the maximum, so it's sort of safe, in particular for the Wehrmacht to manage. They're having the Jaeger command squads. The 5th one is pretty good. They are harder to kill at being 5-man. So that's really an advantage to have for them there, and I imagine that's one of the reasons why Luvnest went for them. Plus, I mean, just manpower wise, you're really getting a great deal. And you're basically getting an upgraded Grenadier squad with a 5th man for only 300 manpower. You're not going to get a much better deal than that, I'm afraid. Flampan's then rolling back, closing in on Veteran 2. Pack 40 also slowly getting a bit distance there. And the tank grenades up fine here for Talisman. Heading for the southern fuel point. Instead, we got the MB42 back in action and causing trouble there for Talisman. Repositioning Guardsman sneaking about here. And there you go, setting ambush mode. Guardsman down. Pops in, checks. Do you see any fascists? No. Alright, maybe it's clear. Yes. Surely they could not be hiding using camouflage. Maybe they could. Shut up, Sergei. And then there we go. Nice work there by Luvnest. He actually managed to bait the Guardsman out using a camouflaged MT-42. That's some excellent play there by Luvnest. Up here in the centre, conscripts Jaeger command squad continuing to fight out here. Talisman might want to try and play around this for an answer to just feeding into Luvnest forces. Oh, what is he doing with that flame for a half-track though? That seems like a really awkward decision there, particularly when your opponent has increased range. But in this case, if something goes wrong and the flame for half-tech gets away there. That was pretty lucky there for Luvnest. I mean, one wrong move then, that flame for half-tech would have been toast. But there you go, submachine gun wielding comes moving ahead here, pushing up through the centre more aggressively, knowing there's well nothing to really threaten them since Luvnest's machine gun is hot down here by the southern fuel point. Counter-attack here with Panzer Grenadier swinging through here, bypassing the pack, and he's sending in the flame for half-tech again. Luvnest is really pushing his luck with that flame for half-tech, because I imagine Talisman really wants it dead. So I mean, if Talisman here makes a mismanaged move with it, that could easily be a great victory there for Talisman. But so far though, it's mostly a big barbecue for Luvnest. In the south, T-7 pushing back the machine gun. Up north, bit of push around here, but the Conscripts taking heavy damage for double grenadiers, cutting down the Russian infantry in a matter of seconds. Conscripts got moving about here, and Veterans too. Panzers they're waiting about, I think, a moment to get in, but instead get caught by the Guardsmen. Not too good there for the Panzer Grenadier, not too good. Back here we got take up for Luvnest for the German army. We got demo charges here ready to punish any machine guns popping in there, which is hiding here behind an overturned log or tree. Back here, healing reinforcement going, constantly up. They're not fully reinforced. I'm guessing Talisman's got a bit too much of a rush on there. Well, let's see if he goes for seeing some more light vehicles. He's going to try and push for a new tier. He's going for a maximum to help control some of all of Luvnest's infantry. Not a bad choice, though. Mortar could also be useful. Bit of light artillery here, I think, could give Talisman a bit of an edge. In the south, hanging about there. Flampanzerwagen setting out for Das Vaterland. And go catching the engineers. Burning away. And catching the demo charge. That's definitely one way of detonating it. Up north, another push for the fuel point. Grenadiers a bit exposed, but so the conscripts, and they're negative cavalry, so they're even more exposed. But there you go, T-7 moving up, 45mm cannon firing away. More fighting here for the fuel point, as Talisman sort of feels like he's got a comfortable hold in the village centre, so he can more sort of move freely around to the fuel points, I suppose. Constantly moving forward, we got a Grenadier squad left to his own devices there. Maxim setting up in the church. Constantly moving against the 8 command squad. Up seeing as for the field. Can't take K's up close to the country. There you go, hitting the dirt. Flame for half-tech moving in. He's going to eat the T-70. He's expecting it, and there we go. There we go. T-70 moving in. Constantly push back. Good hit there. Yeah, command squad will be able to render the point neutral before retreating in the face of the T-70 light tank, which I do believe was only built largely because they needed to build something. While they were gearing up for more T-34 production, it didn't even last into 1943. Well, that's about where it lasted, and then before it stopped. It was basically a way to just, simplify the 2 previous designs, which was T-50 and the T-60. So they made the T-70. Panzer on the way there for Luvnest. Talisman certainly been a bit struggling with fuel here. Luvnest pushing at its advantage thanks to that. Panzer going to be very, very close to that T2. Flame for Arctic, I would say, it's definitely paid itself off. It's been really able to just control Talisman's movement across the battlefield, making it much harder there for him to do anything. He's been struggling and countering it. And of course he's been a bit cautious with his T-70 since he doesn't want to risk losing that, since of course does sort of the same thing to Luvnest. Going to just moving forward, constantly doing damage as well. Ooh, nice loss hit there on poor Fritz. Pack 40 moving up. And there you go, half-tech moving forward again, but this time there's Guardsmen. Getting scorched a bit. Mechanized armor company up there for Talisman. Panzerkampfangführer there for Luvnest for the Hammond-Göring Fallschirm Panzer Division, which overall is sort of initial history was actually as a police unit for Hammond-Göring back when he was in control of Bavaria, which he sort of created for himself, and then just slowly grew from a flak regiment into sort of slowly a Panzer Grenadier unit, and then just sort of full Panzer Grenadier Division, and then fully a Panzer Division, and then finally it was a Panzer Corps by 1945. So some fun facts there. And while it was called Fallschirm, it actually didn't have a lot of paratroopers that received some training from them, but overall, for the most part, it was just a Panzer Grenadier Division, or Panzer Division, where all the trimmings, they just slightly better access to certain equipment like flak. Panzer IV moving in. So of course, it's got a bit of an issue with the Panzer IV. It's going for the SIS-3 field gun, which is going to be initially a good sort of way of slowing down the Luvnest Panzer advances, but long term, he's obviously going to have to bring up something bigger to the table. And there you go. Gartner's the flame for half tank. Need to retreat. Panzer IV moving in. Pintle machine gun ready here. Very good. So good. Some players like to neglect the pintle machine, but it's generally a really good investment in any tank, even the Stug. And in this case, full wipe here. Flame for half tank. Grenadiers and the Panzer IV just caused too much damage to the Gartner, causing a full wipe. Quite a loss there for Talisman, for sure. Those chaps are quite expensive and quite good, so getting them up there is definitely, I think, a notable tactical victory there for Luvnest that's going to sort of stop Talisman's sort of late game prowess a bit. I mean, you can always replace them, but at this stage, you don't think he's likely to, since he's got bigger priorities like getting out of tank to stop this. Flame for half tank added again. Field gun only slowly moving out. He can actually go for T-34 from 6 about now, and should definitely want to. Flame for half tank almost down. Almost, but he can't finish it off. He can't. That's got to feel rough there for Talisman. Luvnest flame for half check lives to see another day. It could be he's planning for Initiative 5 though, instead of the T-34-76 due to the presence of the Panzer IV. Certainly a possibility here. We got a mortar on the way for Luvnest, a bit of light artillery zone. Very good decision there. T-70 they're catching the Panzer Grenadier out in the open, forcing retreat here. Panzer IV shifts about. Backed up by the MD-42, the Russian infantry will not be able to advance any further. Field guns are moving up. You might want to consider trying to flank this position instead of just engaging head on. Still no sign of armor. Trying to increase the possibilities of planning for Initiative 5. Maybe a KV-1. Maybe a KV-1. Back here, troops setting out. Gunners getting shot out and open with the T-70 light tank, closing in slowly on Veteran 3 up north, healing reinforcement. Flametrapper's going to need some service repairs. And the south, we got Jaeger Command Squad there holding off on their own. Fight is the last man, except me, of course. I'm too important. There you go, Talisman ends up going for the T-34-76. Panzer IV setting about there. And using the T-70 as a spot for the field gun. A very nice combination there. And of course, can easily switch over to deal with infantry if he has to. So, basically forming up this sort of slightly armoured anti-tank unit, sort of improvised. There you go, catching the Panzer IV though with an anti-tank grenade. And catching out here, really good Really bad for Luvnest though, of course, but really good for Talisman. Nice work there. Even using the T-79 to fire it, just have a chance of penetrating it. Main gun out, but the Panzer IV still operates. I can imagine Talisman uttering a sikabliat here. Snap, that's the second unit that gets away with the sliver of health here for Luvnest. Whew. Again, I do not might hold it against Talisman. I got a bit annoyed with that. That is some filthy like there for Luvnest. Constant versus Grenadiers, T-34-76 up. You got another Panzer IV on the way for Luvnest. Up north here, pushing for the fuel point again, but the machine gun here is preventing Talisman from reaching it. And there you go, Panzer Grenadiers sweeping forwards. There you go, T-34-76 charging at it. Threatening there to wipe out the machine gun position. Mortar crew spotted here by the T-34-76. Could take it out here with a bit of luck, but there you go. Pack 40 shoots, penetrates the T-34-76 armor like a hot knife through butter. Second Panzer IV almost done. First Panzer IV waiting repairs desperately. Flame for after there being the first one fixed up. Talisman at this stage might want to consider another engineer squad just to help repairs on both the T-34 and the T-70. Another sort of long-term idea could actually be considering a howitzer here, just to basically blast for a lot of Luvnest defences. Maybe. Flame for after they're setting out here. Back here, healing enforcement going on for Talisman. Field gun ready as well, closing in on Veteran T1. Both fuel points back in control of Luvnest. Talisman, I think, is back to switching into sort of centre focus here, though I do think there should be more emphasis on the fuel. Then again, he might focus on the southern one. Panzer Grenadiers getting ambush camouflage, also very good investment. Panzer Grenadiers with ambush tend to be pretty good, so you can that way sort of draw them into an effective range, then murder them, gaining the ambush camouflage bonus on top of that, which just makes them even more lethal. It's a really good tactical decision there by Luvnest. But there you go, T-34-76 moving in, ambush camouflage won't help the rest of the T-34-76. Particularly not when the cover's destroyed. Finding on the centre there, we got the Flame for Half-Tech back in action for Deutschland. Panzer IV, they're seeing repairs. Luvnest could of course also benefit a lot from a second Pioneer Squad to repair his stuff. Talisman has gone for a second Engineer Squad, going one for Flamethrowers and another one Minesweepers. Very good, I think, tactical selection there. One for dealing with Dark-in Fascists, the other one for dealing with stuff the Fascists stuck down. I do still think, though, Talisman benefit a lot from a mortar here versus Luvnest. There we go. Pack 40 from the T-34-76. T-70 is good to go. Fresh push up there from the A command squad north there for Luvnest. He's using it primarily a lot to hit the more exposed points, sort of more farther away, though. And I think a part of the reason it's just is just A, they have natural camouflage, which is great, but also at 5-man, it does mean they're a bit harder to wipe than the sort of regular Grenadier squad. So in that regard, they're a safer choice action and harass and hit the farther away points with, to be honest. So in this regard, I mean, obviously while they're great at combat, I mean, using them for harassment though isn't a pretty bad choice either for Luvnest. Of course, sometimes he definitely needs them in fighting, but I mean, the two Panzer IVs out, they can I think afford to more use them for sort of long-range operations. Just wanted to point that out. And there you go, Luvnest going for the second Pioneer Squad. Probably also as well to fix tanks faster, because the lower downtime you have for your armour, the better. Pack 40 there gaining Veteran 2. That's really bad news there for Talisman's armour. T-34 they're gaining Veteran 1. 7 kills for the motherland. Good hit there, good hit. But there you go, direct hits here from the Panzer IV. Need to fall back with the T-34-6 before risks losing it. There we go, several hits on the T-34-6. Big push to the centre. This is where a mortar would be great. Instead it's now getting shot at by an enemy infantry which is just sweeping the entire cemetery more or less. Flampanzer back to the rescue. No, he actually went for a second maximum rather than the mortar here. I feel like at this stage, while Luvnest still has a lot of infantry, and of course in that sense it's great, I do feel like he should have gone for a mortar instead to help deal with some of all of Luvnest's support weapons. Field gun up there. Good use, make use of that gap there in the cemetery. Almost got the flame for half-track, but can he get it? Or will it? Oh! Conscript lost. Burned up. Horribly so. Flank here by the A command squad, bypassing a lot of the Talisman support units there. Very good, very good. We got the T-34-6 though, which is not having any of it until the commander there wakes up and begins shooting back properly. But there you go, Panzer IV moving up here. Bypassing the field gun, very good move there by Luvnest. Bit risky, but with no infantry nearby, he can't be severely punished for it. Oh, missed at that range. Otto, have you been at the schnapps again? Both Panzer forces moving in and trying to take out the field gun. Got the HQ5 on here for Talisman, very good. He's got no infantry nearby to reinforce. T-70 is in a bad state as well. Rough stuff here for Talisman, rough stuff. And there you go, try and take out the field gun. None of the Panzer force can hit. Pack 40 crew on the hand cannon. There you go, Panzer 4 lands 1. Should probably get that T-70 fixed up as fast as possible. Of course, T-34 springing the priority repairs, and it's the engineers hold the front line then. Fuel point continuing control of Luvnest. Again, I feel like Talisman needs to put more emphasis on those rather than the victory point in the centre. In particular, is it helping Luvnest gain a lot of fuel for a lot more tanks. Well, of course, ensuring Talisman does not have the sort of numbers to hit back at him properly. And there you go. Flame for half-tank added again. Another anti-tank grenade. Air should have fire around there for Talisman. We also got an anti-tank strafe here ready for Luvnest. T-34 getting eventually 2 should finally be able to get the flame for half-tank, put it out of commission. Talisman down there, not a bad spot. Flammpanzerwagen kaputt. Small bit of relief there for Talisman and the 10th Mechanized Corps in the west here. Going to need some engaged by the Maxim. H5 moving up there with his 85mm gun. Oh, he's not repairing them. Oh, dear Luvnest. I think he's relying a bit too much on luck. He actually got away with it for now. Panzer 4 finally done, but there you go. We got the Stukas in and the Kanonenvogel, as they were called, with the 30mm guns. Oh, I can't watch. Oh god, I just thought I was about to get sunk in the ice. That would have been pretty horrific there for Talisman. After he finally was able to finish off some of Luvnest's stuff, after he repeatedly getting away with it, he would then just lose his tank to something as silly as that. But he got away with it. He, as you can see at the centre of the map, that would easily then hit the fuel point in the north, for example. Still getting a Panzer 4 and the flame for half taking a shorter amount of time, though, constitutes a bit of loss of Luvnest. I mean, he's got fuel enough to replace him immediately, but the manpower isn't quite as easily stocked up in most situations, so it's still going to make it harder there for Luvnest to need to replace these losses. In particular, since Talisman did not lose any tanks, though. Talisman's starting to hit another problem, which is he's actually beginning to run out infantry. He's got 2 squads versus 5 infantry squads. That is a really big discrepancy, and that's one that could easily benefit Luvnest as he gets much better map control with 5 infantry squads. Thus the 2 that Talisman has. He's going for Maxims here. I definitely feel like he should have gone for some more Gauss at some point. Luvnest was briefly considering the Sturmgeschütz, but apparently something in him told him to go for Panzer 4s. Not entirely sure on this, which I mean, now Talisman has the sort of the arm advantage, in which case the Stug is a lot more useful than the Panzer 4. Plus, I mean, he's actually able to kill a lot of Talisman's infantry, so the Stug is just much more beneficial in this situation, I think, than the Panzer 4, but that's just me. Either way, the Luvnest still remains in a strong position, but Talisman is far from out of this. He is far from it. Panzers there hiding about. They again note, hold fire so you can sort of unleash them at the right angle of the timing. Big push here with T-34s, pack 40 up and up. Again, this is where Tiller would be helping clearing out the packs fast. He's got none, no mortars, no Katyushas, no hards. But there you go, T-34 looks to be taking out here the pack 40 almost head on. Got this on the fuel point. Needs to start flank in with infantry from the south, to be honest. There you go, pack down. T-70 coming the flank, the H5, very good. Could try and creep ahead the H5 again to try and deal with the Panzer 4. There you go, flanking up here, constantly dealing with some troops trying to retreat here for the south. Panzer 4 number 2 moving in. Gonna need some up to crap the pack 40. Too slow here, too slow. There you go, moving up now. Things is looking slightly less great. Engineers on work from the H5. T-70 spotting head once more if necessary. Almost got the pack 40 getting concealed. That'd be pretty great here for Talisman. Let's destroy it. MD42 setting up. And incendiary pistol rounds. Talisman cuts off the assault here, unable or at least unwilling to pursue any further here. Plus the 2nd Panzer 4 probably isn't helping things either. But the H5 is almost good to go here. Going for another T-3476 down to less than 300 points, though Luvnest is not that far ahead either. Shot bounced. Panzer 4 on the hand did not have such issues. Maxim setting out. He got mortar gaining marginally free. And the machine gun, he's just getting hammered by the incendiary pistol rounds, but they wear off, giving him more time to shoot back at there. There we go. Direct hit from the T-3476. Panzer 4 shoots, misses. H5 finally back on the move. T-70 moving in as well here. And the lack of artillery, though, I don't think is making Talisman any sort of big favours. But there you go, another T-34 ready. T7 there bombarding the Grenadiers with high explosive 45mm rounds. Quickly spotting hit for the issue in case Luvnest tries to rush it. T-34 is almost good to go. In fact, it's almost virtually free. Hitting the northern nations in back here, healing enforcement going on for Talisman. Panther 4 there. Oh, spotted! Very good use there again. Basically allows the H-5 to shoot really much farther than ours can, and allows it to be movable without having to use focused sights. So it's a really strong ability there, and really good play there by Talisman. T-34 moving up, but T-70 is not exposed. We got Panther 6 up in the Panzer Grenadiers. In the south, T-34 number 2 fighting, but it's being overwhelmed here by the Panther 4 and the Jaegers together. Need to get the H-5 support here, something. Otherwise, his T-34 from 6 going to quickly go down. And this is a complete mess here for him. Need to pull back the T-34. There you go, virtually free. Can't come up against the Panzer 4. H-5 falling back. T-70 falling back. Trying to get behind the ruins of the house here. We got Grenadiers moving in, possibly Panzer Jaegers as well. Forced out of the village once more. His ace T-34 ball is almost dead. Sliver of health. The only thing that's holding it together is the fear of Stalin. And now Luvnest goes for the Stug. Ja, Otto, I think there's no way around it. We're gonna need some Sturmgeschütz for this. Comes to the Demon with the Grenadiers up close. We've got S-1s down the village. Center there to make it hard for Talisman to counterattack. Very good. Sehr good. Maximum from 40 here, pushing back the Pioneer. Stug number 2 almost done. Grab the point here. Back here we got healing enforcement for Luvnest as the Stug almost arrives. And Luvnest overall continues to remain in control of the field, certainly giving Talisman armor woes. T-7s are back in action. And the heavily damaged one is actually making its way back to base. Good work there. But the faster you get the ace back in action, the better, since that has a high rate of fire, can actually do a lot of damage very fast to Luvnest's armor and infantry. Ooh, Pack 40 then in position, so on the T-70. Back to just observation mode for the H-85. Oh, he's about to lose the maximum there. Luvnest made good use of the incendiary piston rounds. Also, really good job. There are a lot of players as well, I think, from the Wehrmacht neglect the incendiary piston rounds. Hell, Oberkommand West players do. So, great usage over there by Luvnest. And there you go, strafing run going in here. Doing some damage to the mortar. Almost wiping the mortar crew, in fact, but in case the house is stuck in front of it, allows it to survive. I'm surprised they didn't target the machine gun. That would have been an instant wipe then. Would have been quite costly for Luvnest, losing a virtually 3 machine gun crew. T-34 almost good to go. He just needs someone to spot the machine gun. There you go. Panther 4 got it with its pinlock machine gun. Good luck there, I guess, for Luvnest. Spotting the machine gun, I imagine. Yep, making a pass there. Almost got it. Not quite, not quite. But still, it forces Luvnest to retreat his machine gun rather than risk losing and handing it over to Luvnest for that matter. H-5 a bit too far removed. Panther 4, quick get flanking with the T-56. And H-5, there he goes, shoots, penetrates. T-54 continues assault here. Lieutenant Petrovic going for it. Shoots, penetrates, good hit, good hit. Panther 4 the flank here. Oh, he's still actually flanking H-5. Panther 6 will go, taking out Talisman's tank destroyer. Nice flank there, but it loses the Panther 4 in the process. And there you go, Panzer 6 being caught here by Maxims in the centre. Talisman is still woefully short in infantry. I'm still a bit disconcerted or concerned about that. Then it's being shot up. We got the T-54 ace moving in here again. Stug here could be flanked, could be destroyed. T-7 moving up. T-34 misses. There you go, good hit, good hit. Panther 4 blitzes in there. Pack 40 sending up there. There could be a huge loss here for Talisman. He lost the ace. That's gotta hurt. He's down to just a regular T-34 from the 6th, but losing the AC is quite a blow to Talisman. Going for another field gun, I'll probably do some good, and he's actually got a Katyusha out to help deal with some of all the dark-in stuff. Not necessarily a bad choice, but right now, having lost the Ace T-34, might feel like a bit of a bad choice here to Talisman. Since Luvnest now has a Vetchney 2-pounder rampaging for his lines. He just needs a good target for the Katyusha to fire with, so he doesn't end up wasting the rockets. And you go, T-34 versus Panzerfaust. Good hit from the T-34 there. T-7 versus the 8 Command Squad. There you go, Pack 40 to the rescue, but misses spectacularly. T-34 being repaired, troops are healing and reinforcing. Overall, I think Talisman's putting too much effort in the center. He needs to put more focus around the field point. You know, try to starve Luvnest our resources that way, rather than just trying to grind him down the center. Because right now, Luvnest is able to just, you know, fight here quite efficient, in particular with the tank advantage gained. Thanks to controlling the field points, whereas Talisman's not able to keep up. Plus, the lack of infantry makes this even less of an amazing idea. I'm going to definitely say 2 infantry escorts is way too little, in particular for the Soviets. You really want a basic minimum 3, generally 4 though. T-7 sweeping in and catching the Grenadiers, good hit. Now the Panzerfaust for Luvnest. Stug arrives, shoots, misses. Maximum getting the Grenadiers. In the south here, push for the fuel point again. The Grenadier squad trying to get close enough, but they could run afoul of the submachine guns. And there you go. Archery immediately being gutted here by the PPS-41s. Fritz might follow in, and there you go. Just not a good engagement there for Luvnest. Almost losing his entire Grenadier squad. Second Panzer almost done. Field gun there pushing back. The Stug up north. Almost got it, in fact. Trigger's been catching and knock it out of the war. And there you go. Panzer on the move. T-34 lands a good hit there. Halfway to T2. In the center, got infantry pack moving up here. Need to fall back with the T-34 Katyusha. He's still not reeling itself. He actually should try and take out the position here. Like Pack 40 would be an excellent target for the Katyusha, to be honest. It seems like Talisman's forgotten he's got the Katyusha in the first place. Like he's like, what's that thing in my base? It's the Katyusha you ordered, sir. Oh, right. He chooses to try and silence the mortar crew. Sadly, Lady Accuracy decides not to be on his side. Field gun moving about here in the south. We got the T-34 and 6 being fixed up. Veteran T2. Maximum field gun moving up north here. We got the point being secured here by a few plucky conscripts for Talisman. That key troops reinforcing. Katyusha good to go in, well, roughly over a minute. He definitely needs to get a bit closer to the front line so it has less scatter, and I do think he should have gone for the Pack 40 instead. Still, Talisman's back to refocusing the field points, which is good. Then he can sort of force Luvnest to drop, which then makes it easy for him to punch through the centre, whereas they're going to just keep pushing there. Luvnest can just easily leave the field points and defend, and then push everything into the centre. Maybe trying to flank Talisman, he's done several times before. And this centre, they're getting absolutely hammered here by Russian firepower. Great work there with the T-center, really, by Talisman. Now that is some really stellar play. Coming in the south, we got the T-34 snakes moving in. Vetchney 2. Field gun nearby. Or Panzer nearby, but job there for the field gun. Katyusha still got roughly, I think, halfway to go there. Oh, it's actually almost ready there. About 15 seconds. Once more, Luvnest unit get away with a sliver of health. T-34 move falling back. Ooh! He set off the Telemann, wiping the Grenadiers. Oh dear. That's going to feel a bit bad for Luvnest. And right now, Luvnest used almost every ability except the light artillery barrage. Compared to the Talisman's been using, well, only 3 abilities. Okay, one I can understand to an extent, but theoretically would actually benefited quite well from the howitzer. They're going to aircraft fight, taking out almost the entire pack crew there. Directed on the Panzerfaust from the Sis-3, main again using the T-70 spotting ability. And go Katyusha might even be using the spotting ability here to sort of assist. There we go. Again, the T-70 spotting ability is great, and the Talisman, I think, is putting to good use. He almost taking out the machine gun crew as well, and oh, he gets it! Wiping out Luvnest, veteran the machine crew, punishing him for just leaving out. They're not even using the camouflage ability, to be honest, to make it a bit harder for Talisman to do exactly that. Great move there, moving to the centre of the one spot. Seems like he's then willing to concede the fuel points again. Another edge forward here for Talisman, and the 10th Mechanized Corps, the hammer going. Falcon Panzer Division is forced to pull back a bit. Just being pinned down to the ground, Panzer 4 moving in. Katusha there with now 6 kills, closely approaching veterans 1. H5's going to take a bit of while here though for Talisman, but it will soon be there, and then he can begin really putting some hurt down Luvnest's panzers. But he's still, I think, too short in infantry. Stu versus T-34 from 6. Field gun might try and attack round here, trying to hit through. Misses. T-34 misses as well. That's pretty good luck there for Luvnest. Just got another strafing run here ready. Onto tank strafe. And there you go. Panzer going to push back here by the Panzer 4 Grenadier combo. He does know the Stuke's being repaired very close. If he activated to fire there, he could actually probably land some really good murders, but no such thing happening there. Heading for the eastern victory point, not a bad idea. He's almost got himself another Ace T-34-76. From this advancing strength to the maximum, he's getting blasted, and the South Continent being shot at as well. Panzer 4 moving in. Very, very close with the 3. We've got the T-4 moving on there. Go another Stuka close anti-tank support here. T-70 falling back, H-5 falling back, field gun covering here. Panzer 4 the exposing rear to the T-34. There you go, Ace T-34. But there you go, straight front moving in. Ah! Could see the destruction of another Ace. Oh! Misses! It misses! T-34 bounces. They had penetrated. That would have taken out the Ace Panzer 4, but now they both have a sort of Ace medium tank here. Field gun units in front of the center. Got artillery barrage down. He could try and fire the Katusha in as well to sort of add more damage to the proceedings. Looks like he's not quite there. Constant Maxim flanking for the sub to get being flanked by Panzer 4. Constant moving in there. Could get the Ace Panzer 4 with an anti-tank grenade. That'd be really bad there for Luvnest. But he's not roaring. He's not. And there you go. Oh. Doesn't destroy it, but it's going to put it much closer to death. That was a brutal fight there in the south. Max moving up to grab the eastern victory point, even as he loses the northern field point, or victory point. He reinforcement back and forth here for Talisman. T-7 rushing northwards there with 24 kills to his name. Ace T-54 in desperate need of repairs. Though of course, so is Luvnest's Ace Panzer 4 crew. Good coming to this body here, taking heavy hits. 25 kills for the motherland. Panzer is running on the scene. Panzer 4 moving in as well. Need to fall back with the T-7. Need to get some anti-tank support up there as well. Just very quick retreat. Stu covering the centre. Field gun should be able to deal with that. At least push away Luvnest Sturmgeschütz. Katusha moving up. Troops reinforcing. T-34 is being fixed up. Katusha there halfway to Veterancy 1. Slow moving ahead. The Veteran 2 got the Stuka covering up very, very, very close to Veteran 2. In the south, Maxim versus Grenadiers. Maximum northwards. Another Panzer 4 for Luvnest. Just more Panzer 4s. No tech up. Nothing else happening there. I'm trying to continue the situation now. More Panzer 4s is definitely not a bad idea. Particularly if we've got one to Ace level. That increases the chance of getting more to the Ace level, which is just going to be absolute hell for Talisman to deal with. He has to deal with like several, Ace Panzer 4s. So those are very fast and pack, a lot of damage since they had good DPS. And there you go. Ace Panzer 4 there on the Oberleutnant Mühlhausen. Flanking the Maxim. Missing though. So I don't think we got promoted for you to miss so much. Hits him, damn it. 35 kills. Another Panzer 4 there almost done for Luvnest. Moving towards the center, we got the Ace Jaeger Command Squad there, grabbing the northern victory point there. Now the T-34 for Talisman, still short in infantry. I really think should give some gas from this point. There you go. Oh, he got the Ace Panzer 4! Ach, 9! And he might even lose the Veteran 2 Stu. That is the critical loss there for Luvnest. Good work there, though, by Talisman with the G5 and T-34 Ace taking out Luvnest Ace Panzer IV. That is a critical blow that's only going to undermine Luvnest forces. Yes, I think still short on infantry. Now Talisman I think to be able to grab most of the point here and to get a bit more aggressive, as Luvnest of course shouldn't be recklessly so. But like Talisman's almost a full prop cap, Luvnest is not. So I mean right now Talisman has the overall larger forces here and well handled, could deliver some critical and stinging blows as Luvnest depending on how he uses them of course. So we'll see here what Talisman does next. He's got the initiative though, he's got momentum, we'll see if he can then actually expend it towards something. And he's reported to the north by the Maxim. Katyusha firing. Not the most effective barrage so far anyways. I still think a howitzer maybe on mortar would have been much better to be honest. Plus much sooner. Panzerjäger signing out here. Ready to blow up any Bolshevik tanks that get too close. Very good, very good. Now the Panzer IV there for Luvnest. And going from up on the eastern side again, blasted with the T-34 from 6. Conscripts firing back as well. There you go. Straight into the issue 5. T-7 just hanging back as a spotter, even though he's pointing in the wrong direction. Silly. There you go, the Panzerjäger's opening up. Missing though. German arm on the other hand does not miss. Maxim laying down heavy fire there. Trying to deal with the advancing Jaeger commands. Well, he try and use sustained fire to be honest. Now the Panzerjägers and then large move in. We got the Ace T-34 moving up. Now they're to tank straight from around here and all of Talisman's concentrated armor. Good choice there I think by Luvnest. T-7 could very well be the target here, the victim. Oh! T-34, the Ace got sunk on the ice. Oh dear. Having a bit too fast, I guess he's just trying to get on this fast spot and try to stay on ground, and they got sunk. Oh dear, that's a massive loss there for Talisman. He just got sunk, plus he lost his Ace T-70. Those are two critical hits there. Two critical hits. Like, he just taken a slightly safer path for that pathing, maybe not screwed up all the way, though. That T-34 would have been alive, but instead it got sunk like the Titanic. Katyusha firing down here, trying to sort of stop the German advance, but there you go. Flying straight into the field, and then he's rushing, he's ramming it. Could get the issue 5 up, but he's keeping it behind, Missing up to I think, the more damage to the Panzers. There you go, issue 5 moving up, and might be too late here. Field about to get taken out. T-34 left behind, taken out by the pack. Oh, this is just a disaster for Talisman. He's just lost so much in a short amount of time. He was ahead, and now he's behind. Good lord. That was really bad. And again, it's just partly because he got stuck on the ice of this tank. Got one Panzer IV there, though. Got one. But, good lord. And he's still short on infantry, and Luvnest is not. So that I think continues to be a bit of a worrying problem here for Talisman. Bit of a worrying problem. Still going up there. Closer to the front linie. Now you go constant maximum and sneak up here through the sort of lakeside or riverside. Still turning back, shoots, misses, machine gun firing. The problem in this case was the Pack 40 is preventing his issue from getting too close. But there he goes, he's being pulled back, then this is something to have to be machine gun up the issue 5. Katyusha's up the almost ready to go again. There you go, almost got the Stug, almost got it. In the centre slowing ahead, he's still not putting a lot of pressure up north here. He's just sort of getting, in many cases, just engaging Luvnest head on rather than trying to outmaneuver him, which makes it easier for Luvnest to defend against it, to be honest, and particularly with the Stug, since you know the Stug wants you to attack head on. In fact, it does not want you to flank it, so Talisman attacking the Stug head on is very much the benefit of Luvnest. He's finally gone for another infantry squad here, now the third one in Gaspman. Again, very good. I would say rather late there. Rather late. Going here for the Panzer IV, might be able to get it though. Bet he do gain. Can he get it? Panzerjäger is there. Oh, almost got the T-34, but they get suppressed and the T-34 gets away. Two rockets hit, but the T-54 Nation 5 are alive. Though we got here an attempt maybe from the Suit to flank it, but no, it's halted. It is halted by the Guardsman. Panzer IV moving in. Seems like Luvnest economist halted a bit. That could be was planning maybe something there, maybe a take out. Guards versus Pioneers, very lopsided fighting in favour of the Guardsmen up here in the south, or down there in the south. The machine gun crew continues off against the Panzer. We got another Panzer for Luvnest, another Panzerkampfwagen 4. Mission 5 being repaired again, close to Vetsy. If it even gets to Vetsy 4, that's going to be pretty great. As it increases overall damage output here versus Luvnest, that's going to be a real problem, in particular with its high penetration, meaning like no tanks will be safe here from Talisman's tank destroyer. Not even remotely. Big push for the centre by Luvnest. Up north, going to loosening the forts there. Petrusia barrage. Ooh, nice hit in the pack. But not enough, not enough. He's firing it rather far behind, which of course increases scatter. Mission lands a good hit in the Stug. Very, very, very close to T3. Stug is also very, very close to T3. And Norfolk gun is being reported with the T-34-6 and a conscript squad. Airstrike from the centre there, trying to break up Luvnest assault for the centre victory point. Very good, very good. Need to train the low health units, leaving the Grenadiers to take the brunt of it, but that'll increase their chances of getting wiped, to be honest. Panzer moving up, Stug moving in, she found a fire here. Falls back, though, does not take the direct hit, though. You can see that Luvnest immediately falls back with his arm, does not wish to risk himself on this. Oh, never mind, got a Panzer moving in, direct hit from 5, shoots the field gun wreckage instead by accident. Who's on the ice? Oh, close there. Down to half health. Aircraft shot down by the something here. And another T-54 arrives here for Talisman. Almost got the Panzer IV there, almost. Shoots, misses, hits the house instead, or what remains of the house. There you go, another good hit from the 5 on the Stug, gaining the ace level. Now much more mobile and much more lethal. Certainly bad news for Luvnest there. And there you go, got one of his Panzer IVs. Leaving Luvnest short on armour again. T-54 going for the Panzer IV, landing a good hit. H5 shoots. A lot of hits in the T-54, almost losing it. Oh, gets another Panzer IV though. He's down to just a Stug and a Panzer IV. I mean, he got a T-54, but a Panzer IV is definitely not worth a T-54. Since he's already lost a Panzer IV there, so that's really good there for Talisman. That is really good. I just need to, you know, avoid losing more tanks and get some more wipes in here on the Luvnest. So he lost the guards, so he's back to the just having 2 infantry squads, whereas Luvnest still has 4. So another infantry squad will still be pretty good choice. He has got lots of Panzer fights against the T-34. He is fearless here. He is fearless. And there you go. Got the Vetsy 2 Stug, almost ace level Stug going for it. Ah, yet. And there you go. Gets the T-34 and the ace level. It's a Sturmgeschütz ace. Look, it says Otto, wir heroes for blowing up Russians in structurally hazardous tanks. More guardsmen out of Talisman, very good. Max on the about to get plunged into the River Hades if they're not careful. Well, River Styx, not the River Hades, Styx. Hades is the realm where the Styx leads, I think. In the south, Max dealing with the Pioneers. Coming to this Jaeger Command Squad. Got a machine mortar laying about there. He could theoretically try and steal it, but the province needs to get close to that. And right now there's a Panzer IV guarding it like Cerberus guards the gates to, well, hell, Hades, whatever. Anyways, falling a bit back there. Betching the Fish 5 still about. Victory points wise, it's really close between the two now. S-Mart's being laid down here around the centre. And Luvnest is finally going for tier 4 here. Deciding now we're approaching an hour-long match. They decide, you know, Otto, yeah, we need something different. Yeah. Are you just saying yeah? Yeah. And finally, he's going to deal with Max by sending in his Panzer IV. S-Man going from the centre, killing numerous guardsmen. Quite a loss there for Talisman. He didn't lose the entire score, but even then, that's manpower right now. Can't afford to easily replace. Another T-Fed for Talisman. Very good. Panzerjäger's going to lose nearby. Another Katyusha barrage here. Almost gets a hit, but not quite. Not quite. And is being hit here by the veteran free Maxim. And there you go, heavy Panzer Corps going up for Luvnest. Schwerer Panzer Corps. There you go, great hit finish from the Panzer IV, down to less than half in a matter of moments. Panzerjägers are flanking in, got nothing to assist to support it. Nice move there by Luvnest. Talisman Panzer was going to take some time before it's back in the fight. Stuga waiting repairs, but heavy Panther was being prioritised. He could push up Panther pretty fast. Theoretically, Sturmpanzer, though with the ace issue fire out, that probably won't work out too well. But there you go, Panther on the way for Luvnest. 57 minutes of the game, and he begins building a Panther. From North of the Command Quad versus the T-54 6. Turning into the unfortunate men of the hammer going Falchi and Panzer to be short. Harassment continues to see it, though again heavy focus on the centre. They could consider triangulating down some mines, of course Czech is finding the time to do it now. But it's an option. Panther almost down there for Luvnest. Almost. Dodging around from it, very good. Panther good to go. Panther almost done, and there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 gefechtsbereit. Panther's fast strength not long enough for divisional command to shift over some Panther support here. Panzer caught here with the Panzer IV. So I'd like to see how Talisman reacts to Panther at this stage of the game. Not very often you see the helmet player go for a Panther at this point. Then again, most matches don't last as long either. And it's Panther moving ahead, engaging pinlock machine on the way there. More artillery fire here, Panther moving, Stuke moving in. Rocket fire, death everywhere. Max reports to the south here by the Panther. It rolls forward machine guns all blazing. T-54 in the centre holding off the Pioneer. Station 5 moving in there, going getting the Stuke head on. Veteran 3 Stuke versus Veteran 3 Asian 5. Stuke that has the rate of fire bonus. Advantage, there you go. So hits in the Asian 5. Almost taking it out. Close one there. Very close one. Stuke needing repairs. Panther just hanging back here, having a nice time. As Talisman gets away and fix up the Asian 5, which is definitely a good priority here. Could have considered upgrading the Guardsmen with DP light machine guns. Back here, healing reinforcement. We got the Panther, looks like setting up for flank here. Ooh. Oh. Looked like it, but apparently Luvnest backs off. Up north, securing the point here. No DP light machine guns on the Guardsmen. More T-34s for Talisman. This fight remains pretty close, and we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. We are very close to hitting it. North here, Panther 4 getting the Guardsmen. Doing what they can, but against the Panther 4, they are not having the easiest time, particularly both of them negative cover. That only makes it easier for the Panzerkampfwagen to tear through them. Like a Panzer through Russian infantry in negative cover. T-34 there. Pack opening up there. Stoogs blasting away. Panther blasting away there. Another T-34 there for Talisman. Luvnest gaining 1 kill in this Panther. And there you go. We've hit the 1 hour mark. And the fight is still ongoing. And so far it's not looking to be ending anytime soon. I mean, they're still pretty close in terms of force size and victory points. Like, these are two, I would say, pretty close to skill match players, and the fight is still ongoing. It's not very often you see something like this. Usually, if the fight goes on for this long, I'd say something's gone wrong. But here it's just two evenly skilled players giving each other a really hard time. Oh no! Mistake given the T-34 though! Big mistake! Caught by the Panther 4 right next to Yay Command Squad. Fritz is caught in the treads, and the rest of the squad there is briefly paralysed before the Sergeant gets on with the Panther 4. But there you go, exposed. Air support called in here on the centre. But the T-34 is going to be taken out here. Sending him blind like at this stage was, I think, a bit of a mistake. Oh, he's going to try and ram it! He's going to try and ram it! And the engine gives up right from the Panther 4. Tanks are not moving in. T-34 not moving in. We've got the Panther getting the cut from the south. Machine guns blazing away again. And there you go, T-34 down, the crew entombed within a burning casket of metal. And there you go, aircraft shot down. H5 gets a good hit on the Stug. And a tank grenade off, almost got the Stug. Another hit there, almost got the Stug. 9. Oh, he doesn't pop an anti-tank grenade, might be there's too much going on. He's almost got it. Can't up the anti-tank grenade. And it fails to hit! That's... I don't think I've actually seen that tank grenade that fails to go off. And the Stug might have just survived because of that. Oh, so close for Talisman. And the Ace Stug gets away. Oh. Up north, Panther with the Maximum again hit. Very close to the Ace level. Maximum needs to get out of there. It might risk setting up here automatically and just get murdered. 81 versus 110 points left. Sturmpanzer for Luvnest. H5 gets a good in the Panther, gets a good hit. 75 points left. Talisman fighting desperately here for control of the centre. North moving in one of his tanks. We've got air support going in the centre. He could take out the Ace. H5 tank destroyed. Oh no, it's got focus sight stuck. Panther fausted. And we got the Stuka Cannon Fulton closing in. The Panther's almost down as well. But now takes out the H5. And the Panther lives. T-34 rolling back there. Grenadiers repulsed. Sturmpanzer almost done. We got the Panther 4 falling back in the far, far north here for Luvnest. H2 moving in there. And Talisman's got no counters, he's got no field guns, no HD5s, nothing. In this case, you'd really need a field gun, since the Stug can't deal with those very well. T-34 on the way there for Talisman. Troops being dispatched northwards. At this stage, we're going to have to think just get away with using merch and the guards just to keep manpower costs down on replacing them. And there goes Sturmpanzer setting out there for Luvnest. He's going to blast his way through whatever remains of Talisman's lines and forces. No mercy. Direct hit there gets poor Popovich. Maybe Pushkin. T-34 then moving out. Panthers once more effects, but right there you go, catching counters out in the open with its main gun and machine guns. Slowly being cut to ribbons here. Very slowly. 4 kills. 5 kills. RPT for one got Katusha firing down and absolutely nothing. A wasted barrage here by Talisman. Stug being flanked with the T-34. T-34 though misses. Here the fight continued. Panthers gaining 7 kills. Redson's 1. Cutting down the Russians left and right. Sturmpanzer shoots, misses. T-54 to get knocked out though, but all of the fire being focused down on it. And there you go, another T-54 down here for Talisman. 42 points left versus 91. Kant gets wiped here by the Panther because he was too focused on everything else, so the Panther was able to just shoot them to bits with his machine guns. Panzer IV Pioneers bringing in 12 kills on the Panther, shredding the machine gun crew. Ace Panzer IV riding to the scene as well here. Talisman's forces are completely falling apart now, it would seem. T-54 number 2 trying to flank, but there's still the Stu, there's still the pack. And there's still the Jaeger Command Squad with a Panzerfaust. And there you go, T-54 kaput before they can get off the Panzerfaust. I think at this stage, Talisman's just throwing away his stuff, like he's just realised he's lost and he's just, I don't know, tossing it all into the furnace, hoping to make a good, you know, effort of it somehow, so he maybe doesn't get shot too badly. Calling in guardsmen. He's got 2 guards, one on Katyusha left. North troops being pushed back here by a guard squad heroically defending the remaining victory point in Scotland's control. Luvnest sending out his entire force there. H2, Ace Panzer IV, Panther, Veteran G1, plus a Sturmpanzer. Katyusha good to fire again. Guards can attack across the arse straight to the Stu, Panther, and the Sturmpanzer. And he's bombarding his own men with the Katyusha. How cold-hearted of Talisman. He might try to, you know, convince the Germans to actually, you know, take him in as a prisoner of war by, you know, killing a few men for them. Yeah, but at this point he's just suiciding everything he's got. He has pretty much given up. He has pretty much given up. He's got nothing left and he's not replacing his stuff. Got Talisman moving ahead. He needs to be careful just to sink anything on the ice now. That'd be a bit awkward. Right, this is pretty much GG. No chance in hell here that the Talisman recovers from this. And there you go, Veteran 2 on the Panther. Shoots and added. Sturmpanzer struggling a bit with maneuvering the ice. Shoots. And there you go, GG, game over. A loss here for Talisman, a victory for Luvnest, for Deutschland. Die Hammengering Fallschirmpanzerdivision, a brutal battle of epic proportions on this map, resulting in close to 600 casualties, numerous tanks torn to bits and field guns destroyed. But it was really close a lot of times. I do think in part what undercut Talisman was just lack of infantry at times, but also his emphasis on the centre around the fuel points, allowing Luvnest to build up a sizable fuel advantage over Talisman. Had it been the other way around, had he been able to control the fuel better, I think they'd be able to more successfully starve out Luvnest and that way crash it. But there's also just the occasional mistake here with a single tank being sent out and caught, destroyed like there, that really just sort of crumbled things around there for Talisman. But I will say a really spectacular match, really brutal, and definitely an epic in the sense of, you know, just length epic. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If you want to send a replay of your own, links in the video description. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.